What's up, guys? This is RJ Temple, and welcome again to Ooby Goober Radio. It is another day, and this is Baltimore Riots Part 2, where we actually are talking about the situation that happened out there in Baltimore and updates concerning that riot. It's a lot of good things that's happened, and first of all, I hope you had a great day today. I mean, my day was pretty good. Of course, in the world of entertainment, there's always something going on, and it was a pleasure to be on stage with my cast members over there at Disney today. But let's hop right into it. Well, first of all, let's start with a couple of updates concerning this whole ordeal. And a lot of things have died down, and it's amazing to see how the media has portrayed this to still be, almost like a war zone, with the showing all the SWAT teams and everything on the ground. I mean, that's really not happening. But for some reason, that's the most marketable way of showing the Baltimore riot, which is a little humorous, but it just shows how much media goes through to look a certain way and just to keep buzz, to keep you on the channel. But anyway, here's the latest update. I mean, police arrested maybe 2 people for looting and one for disorderly conduct. Police Commissioner Anthony Bates said, but most of the 10 arrests were made after 10 p.m. and this has been last night. The curfew has been working very well, and the city is stable. So that's a lot of good things that are happening. There still are some protests going on out there. Of course, you got some people that are still trying to get into the looting, trying to get into a little trouble, trying to find an open window. But again, like I said in part 1 of this series, and I surely encourage you to go back and check out, what we talked about in part 1 of this particular series. But again, it's a fraction. It's only a fraction of the people that are talking, and actually, getting into fights, getting into, trouble with the police. It's just a fraction, guys. So really don't focus on that, because that's what the media is focusing on. They're not focusing on the good things that are happening. Like you got people in the community of Baltimore that actually lined up where the police line is to make sure that their community is not engaging with the police. So that's a good thing, man. It's on a good road. It's on a really good road. Let's look at some things that Obama said, because I know they had Obama went on the air and had his view on what happened with Baltimore, and this is what he said. He said on Tuesday that some police aren't doing the right thing, and that a lot of the tension between law enforcement and the black community stems from a slow rising crisis that has been brewing for decades. I talked about this yesterday, and again, check out part 1, because I mentioned volcanoes. These kids are volcanoes. I mean, they have a lot of issues and a lot of stuff built inside them, and it's really important for us to embrace, the community, embrace these youth that are frustrated and angry about the situation, and kind of route them into another way of how to handle it. But just to go back into what President Obama was talking about, fixing it will require more investment in cities, criminal justice reform, better funding for education, and soul searching for some of the police departments, he said. If you really want to solve the problem, if our society really wanted to solve the problem, we could. It's just it would require everybody. And again, that's the key word there. Everybody that saying this is important. This is significant. And that we don't just pay attention to these communities when a CVS burns, the president said. This is really important. We tend to kind of toss things to the side and tend to allow things to just bubble up. Like I said before, I can't say it enough. It's just like a volcano. We have to make sure that when situations like this occur, or we see things brewing up in our communities, that we really try to band together and try to figure out solutions. So here's some of the things that I took away from this, and of course you can send out all your thoughts on my Facebook page, RJ Temple, and also you can follow me here on Spreaker.com, and also tweet me at RJ Temple, and just give me your thoughts as well on the outcomes of the Baltimore riot. It's interesting things. It's even the gangs that like the Bloods and Crips are actually banding together and finding solutions, that's a revolutionary situation. A lot of people don't understand that is really huge. And it's so funny because I just saw something on the news, and there was this lady that was talking about how the Crips and Bloods were actually having a meeting, and she must have saw the people in the audience of the church in blue, and so she immediately thought they were the Crips, but that actually was Zeta Phi Beta sorority. So I couldn't get over that. I mean, that was just like, oh, really? I mean, just don't do that. But I had to laugh because I mean, it just shows how when you have these situations, it's very important to do your research. It's very important to get to know the people that are engaged in this situation. And I mean, and Zeta Phi Beta is actually a sorority that's doing really good things in the community and actually are helping, young people get on the right path. So I don't know what she was thinking when she said that, but hopefully she knows who that is the next time. But here again are my thoughts that I took away from this whole situation, and you can send me your thoughts as well on social media. Take hold of your households. This is a really interesting thing. I know this lady's name has been buzzing all over the internet. Toya Graham. It's a video of her grabbing her son. He was throwing rocks at the police, and she jacked him up in front of all his friends, and was like, "How could you do this?" And he was like really apologetic. And trying to look cool at the same time, which wasn't working well. But but this is just one of those situations where you see, her bringing her household in order, and that's what we have to all do. Parents and even friends. If you see people that you love out of line, do what you can, and that gesture makes a difference. All right, and so also, okay, so take hold of your household, and also find solutions at this point. No turning back. Okay, we understand that there's been a riot. There's been a situation. Everybody's is frustrated and angry about this. Another black guy passed away. Let's try to find some solutions from here. How can we avoid this? The next time? Which is the big thing to do. You really can't avoid a lot of things, but we can do what we can do at the time, which is actually do your part. Be where you're supposed to be. Respond how you're supposed to respond. Have a good attitude. Don't have an attitude, with people just because. Really have a good attitude and really, find ways to instead of adding more flame, adding more gasoline to the fire, to actually try to figure out how to way to diffuse it and get rid of it. And that requires us to not always bubble up issues, but to find solutions. And this is not a thing where I'm just like, okay, just forget what's happened, because we don't want to be naive about where we are. I mean, there's a lot of things that are connected to this, and as far as the riots, not feeling that you're being heard. Some people call it racial. I mean, even though there's a lot of things that you can throw at this situation, it really boils down to one thing. Everybody has to work together, whether we like it or not. Whether we're, black or white or Asian or Hispanic, at the end of the day, what really is the answer is for us to put all these things to the side and work together as a team. All right. So keep in mind, this can happen again. I mean, riots, like I said, riots happen all the time. I mean, there was a pumpkin riot, pumpkin festival riot. There was a riot at an NCAA game, when they won. I mean, it's so many riots, that's happened. So don't let this be like a revolutionary thing, like, oh, this never happened in America. Like, I mean, that'll be like a very ignorant thing to say, because stuff like this happens all the time. But thank goodness there's some kind of awareness that's coming out of this, and hopefully it'll come up to a solution rather than back us up, to where we're back in a way where we can't even, move forward. I mean, let this be a opportunity for us to move forward as a society and learn from it. So that's the cap I got on Baltimore riots. I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about when it comes down to this topic. It really comes down to the point where we have to work together as a team and make sure that we hold our households accountable, and this won't happen again. So, again, follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter under RJ Temple, and also on Spreaker.com. I want to have more conversations like this. The next, I want to talk some more about relationship stuff next time. So tune in next time. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna bring all the hot topics concerning that and my scenarios when it comes down to relationships. That'll be a lot of fun. Are you in a good relationship? Well, let's see. We'll find out on the next episode. Again, this is Ubi Goober Radio. This is RJ Temple. Thanks again for tuning in. And always, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Peace.